Lena sat at the edge of the worn-out park bench, the chill of early autumn air brushing against her cheeks. The world around her hummed with life, but she felt disconnected, like a spectator in her own existence. The past few months had been a blur of routines, work, errands, and the occasional social gathering. Yet, none of it seemed to fill the emptiness inside her. She yearned for something more, something that made her heart race with excitement, not obligation. The city had always been busy, full of dreams and aspirations. But for Lena, it had become a place of monotony. She had spent years working hard, climbing the corporate ladder, and achieving everything she thought would lead to happiness. But the joy she imagined never materialized. It was as though she was chasing a mirage, only to find herself standing still, empty-handed. Her mind wandered to a conversation she had had with an old friend a week earlier. "You need to find what truly makes you happy, Lena," her friend had said. "Not the things you think you should want, but the things that bring you peace. The things that light you up from the inside." Lena had listened but dismissed the advice. After all, what did she truly want? She couldn't remember. The search for happiness felt like an endless scavenger hunt with no map to guide her. As the wind rustled the leaves in the trees, a small child ran past, laughing and chasing a red kite. The sound of pure, untainted joy made Lena smile despite herself. She watched as the child tugged at the string, the kite soaring high into the sky. There was something so free about it, so simple. For a brief moment, Lena felt the weight of her burdens lift. Without thinking, Lena stood up and followed the child. She wasn't sure why, but the desire to feel that kind of freedom, that kind of joy, was stronger than the hesitation that normally held her back. The child stopped to let the kite drift down, its bright red fabric swaying gently in the breeze. Lena crouched down beside them, offering to help. The child grinned, handing over the string. Lena took the string, feeling the pull of it in her hands. And with a gentle tug, the kite rose once more into the air. For the first time in a long while, Lena felt connected to something. She looked at the sky, at the child's beaming face, and realized that perhaps happiness wasn't a destination after all. It wasn't about reaching a certain goal or accomplishing a checklist. It was about finding moments of joy, however small they may be. It was about freedom and playfulness, and embracing the simplicity of life. The sound of laughter filled the air as the kite soared higher. Lena's heart felt lighter, her worries momentarily forgotten. She returned the kite to the child, but as they ran off to play with their friends, Lena stayed behind, watching the kite flutter against the blue sky. Her life, she realized, didn't have to be so rigid. She didn't need to always follow the path that others had set for her. She could make her own rules. It was the small moments, the little bursts of joy, that made life worth living. That day, as Lena walked away from the park, she felt something shift inside her. She didn't know exactly where her journey would take her, but she knew she was finally ready to find happiness. Not by chasing after it, but by letting it find her, one simple moment at a time.